And welcome to everybody watching On Flow Racing for today's action at Riverhead Raceway. School bus figure eight race night, as we have our Buzz Chew Chevrolet Tour Type Modifies lined up, getting ready for their time trial session for tonight's feature event. Of course, the track record here in the Buzz Chew Chevrolet Tour Type Modifies is held by Tom Rogers Jr. An 11.272 set on September 19th of 2020. We'll see if anybody can get close to that tonight. Other than that, of course, these drivers are fighting for the High Mark Building Efficiency Fast Time Award. That award will be given a free Hoosier tire for next week's race to whoever sets the fastest time for today's time trial event. Also in action, the INEX Legends, the Mini Stocks, Street Stocks. We'll have a school bus figure eight and the Eddie Partridge All-Stars. As we see your first race car to take time in today's event, it'll be the Cromer's Market Spiderweb Racing East Side Building number 81 out of Riverhead. It's the real deal, Mark Stewart.
Mark Stewart in a Fury race car owned by Uncle Bub Bouchard. It takes the green flag his first lap.
We're going to see him take the white, and he completes lap one. 12.096. A 12.096 for the real deal. Coming out of 3 and 4 for the final time. And as he comes to the line, picks it up there on that one. An 11.960. 11.960 is the benchmark for everyone, set by Mark Stewart.
Mark Stewart finished second place 2 weeks ago in the first modified tour race here at Riverhead Raceway in 2026.
Your second car to take time in the Mickey's Karting East Hampton Energy Storage, number 14 out of East Hampton, it's Corey Midget.
Corey Midget in the LFR chassis machine here, Riverhead Raceway. Raced the Smart Modified Tour early this season at Dominion down in Virginia.
Takes the green flag, as we'll see him come around to complete his first lap. Solid 3 and 4 there. 12.373, a 12.373. A little wide there at 1 and 2 for Corey Midget, but he'll come around to see the checkered flag. Wow, big loose moment.
Got real loose there coming off the 4.
It'll be a 12.364. Picks it up a tiny bit there, but a 12.364 for Corey Midget. Out comes the Millennium Limited Contracting, Beakus Garage Stores, Justin's Chop Shop, number 36 of Kyle Elwood.
Kyle Elwood took a championship down last year, but it was in the INEX Legends. Kyle is in the LFR race machine.
As he takes the green flag in that beautiful number 36, done up by Jack Colasanto of Panorama Signs. Elwood will also be in action racing a school bus figure eight tonight, as we see him complete lap 1. A 12.236. 12.236 on the first lap for Kyle Elwood, as the Millennium Limited Contracting number 36 comes out at turn 4. He'll go a little faster on that one, a 12.124. A 12.124 will slot Kyle Elwood into second. And as he comes out, here is Matthew Brody in the Peter Clark Motorsports Freightliner of Long Island, number 96. Brody, of course, picking up his first career wheel and modified tour pole last year on his 21st birthday.
Shocked those guys in the wheel and modified tour. Matthew Brody in a Troyer chassis here at Riverhead Raceway.
A 12.076. 12.076 for Matthew Brody. That puts him second. Comes out of turn 4. It'll be a 11.963. Goes faster on that one, but it won't be enough as he'll slide into the second spot with an 11.963.
Definitely picked it up. Like you said, still puts him second right now.
Here comes the Dillner Precast Black Forest Auto Works number 38. Out of Glen Cove, it's Owen Brennan. We see Owen take the green flag there. Loose on entry there into turns 1 and 2.
Owen Brennan, a two-time champion in the crate modified division, is racing a Troyer chassis.
Completes lap 1. A 12.164. 12.164. As we see the Black Forest Auto Works number 38 come out of turn 4 to complete his run. He will go to the top of the charts. It's an 11.916. 11.916. Puts Owen Brennan on provisional pole.
Top to the pylon there for Owen Brennan. Here comes his brother now on the track.
In the Esport feeds, Dillner Precast, Black Forest Auto Works, number 55. It is big time, Chase Brennan.
Chase Brennan also running the Troyer machine at number 55. Shocked the world 2 years ago at the ISO 300, taking down the big win. First 3 wins were all exhibition races, hence the name.
Chase with a 12.065 on lap 1. As he steers that car through the final corners into the line. An 11.994. So he'll go faster on that one, but it'll be 4th quick at the moment for Chase Brennan with an 11.994. Here comes the Sendluski Architects, Contract Pharmacal Corp, number 49 out of Calverton. It's Chris Young.
Chris Young with a top 5 in the first race of the season 2026, the 50 lapper. Riverhead Raceway, most modified, all modified races except for the exhibition races are 50 lappers here at Riverhead. Chris is running an LFR chassis.
Will we see him finish up lap 1? It's a 12.182. 12.182 on lap 1. As he brings it out of 3 and 4 into the line to complete his run. A 12.062. 12.062 will slot Chris Young into the 5th spot. Your next car in the hydro action, Keith Grimes Excavating, Ream Air Conditioning, number 88 out of Riverhead, it's Roger Turbish.
Roger Turbish, right after this race, is going to head home. He got a couple of hours worth of sleep. He needs to fly out at 5 a.m., headed to Florida with his family who's already down there. His wife and the kids, they're headed for a cruise to Nassau in the Bahamas. Roger in a Fury race car.
Roger completes lap 1. It'll be a 12.313. A 12.313 for Roger Turbish. As he brings that Cromer's Market number 88 out of the final couple of corners into the line. It'll be a 12.111. 12 triple ones for Roger Turbish. That will put him 5th. Up next onto the racetrack in the Coors Light JDL Environmental 00 out of Patchogue, it's Chris Rogers.
Chris Rogers with LFR chassis, 00. Racing for Jay Brigatti. Car owner, modified. Dave's mostly racing late models lately, the the last 2 years.
Finishes up lap 1. A 12.219 on lap 1. 12.219 for Chris Rogers. And he steers that Coors Light 00 to the line. It'll be a 12.084. A 12.084. He will go to 6th spot. And here comes the Bulbous Restorations, Tillman Redevelopment, Advanced Landworks, number 22 out of Wisconsin. It's Tom Sokolsky.
A little history on this car. Tom got this car from his uncle, Glenn Steiger. Former Wayne Anderson car. John Beatty had it after Wayne Anderson, but Kyle Soper built this car for Wayne Anderson. Troyer Machine takes the white flag.
It's a 12.906. 12.906 for Tom Sokolsky. As he comes out of turn 4 into the line, it's a 12.545. 12.545 for Tom Sokolsky.
Tom raced crate modifieds last year before taking the jump to the tour type modifieds here at Riverhead Raceway. One car that seems to be absent, Dylan Slepian, Peerless Motorsports.
And with that, for the second week in a row, your Highmark Building Efficiency Fast Time Award winner will be the 38 of Owen Drennan. So with that, he wins a free Hoosier tire for his next tour type event here at Riverhead Raceway. Well, we see coming out of the chute now, your next event, which will be the INEX Legends for their heat races. 10 laps to be the distance. Your top 8 to make the feature. And then the remaining cars, of those remaining cars, 2 of the highest points finishers will be put into tonight's feature event. So no constant for the INEX Legends. Your starting lineup for Heat 1 is as follows. In the Freddie and Megan Kraft, number 25 out of East Moriches, it's Richie Davidowitz. Outside of him, in the Corkery Electric, number 88 of Chris Sinatro. Starting third, in the Hot Works of Eastport, Mike Van Houten Trucking, Joe Ryan Race Cars, number 99, it's Brad Van Houten. In the Prestige Glassworks, Buckley's Irish Pub, number 4, starting fourth, will be Joe Cook Jr. In the Sea Pro Marine Dock Builders, number 1, starting from the 5th spot, will be Nick Hodge. Outside of him, in the MC11 Performance, Unique Golf, Met Joe's Race Shop, number 11, is Chevy Romney. Starting from the 7th spot, in the Miller & Caggiano LLC, PNG, number 76, will be Killian Tennant. 8th starting spot is the Riverhead Toyota, Rudy's Bar and Grill, Stony Brook Manufacturing, number 14 out of Calverton of Jaden Glenister. And your last row will be the Millennium Limited Contracting, Amish Electric, number 36 of Chance Lutz. And the Hilltop Bagels, AM Pest Control, Collision Works of Port Jeff, number 51 out of Holtzville of Kevin Ornberger.
How about Chance Lutz, debut in the INEX Legends here. Been a crew chief there for Kyle Elwood. Lights out here at the line. Big Money, Richie Davidowitz, Chris Sinatro on the outside. Brad Van Houten, Joe Cook right next to him. Headed down the backstretch, headed to the green flag.
Davidowitz, Sinatra, your front row as they head to the Newsday Go Zone. Green flag is out. We're underway for heat race number 1 in the INEX Legends. Davidowitz with a great start on the bottom. He pulls out with the race lead. Brad Van Houten looks to follow through on the inside.
Further back, 3 wide. Chevy Romney splitting Jaden Glenister and Joe Cook.
Van Houten will get the move done for that second spot. Sinatra peeks the nose to the inside, but won't have enough.
A little bit further back on the bumper is Chevy Romney on Killian Tennant. Again, lays the bumper as they head over, and he moves him in turns number 1 and 2.
Well, those two making contact allowed Jaden Glenister to take advantage. He will slot into the 5th spot. But it's big money. Richie Davidowitz out front. Brad Van Houten in 2nd. Chris Sinatra in 3rd. Nick Hodge looks to hang on to that battle, running 4th. Glenister 5th. Romney 6th. Ornberger in 7th. And Killian Tennant in 8th is your 8 transfer spots.
88 of Chris Sinatra seems to be the faster of the two between him and Brad Van Houten. He's just trying to get underneath him. He sneaks underneath that turn number 4. Again, in turn number 1, see if we can get underneath him. There is an out-of-bounds rule here at Riverhead Raceway.
Oh, contact further back. The 36 of the 4 make contact. Yellow flag is out as the field will slow down into turn 1. Looks like the 36 of Lutz locked it up there and had a little contact, got into the 4.
So now there's an out-of-bounds rule that's in effect this week. Seems if all 4 tires, if you're making the pass and you're not forced down there, it's all the discretion of race directors here at Riverhead. Yes, so the 11 of Chevy Romney headed to the pits. Right now the crew is rushing down to Chevy Romney as he's in the pits. Don't know what's going on there with Chevy Romney. All right, cars are doubled up on the backstretch. Going to be lights out here in the green. Richie Davidowitz on the start of this race had a great start.
Well, some really unfortunate luck there for the 11 of Chevy Romney.
Yeah.
Not going to get back out here. I wonder if that contact between him and the 76 maybe push those bumpers with the tabs, can push him into the wheel well. Would make it really hard to turn.
Going to be interested in watching Chris Sinatra here on the restart right behind Richie Davidowitz.
Davidowitz and Van Houten lead us down to the Newsday Go Zone. Green flags in the air. We're back underway with 5 laps to go. Davidowitz noses out with the advantage on the bottom. Brad Van Houten holding strong out there on the outside.
That was a great restart by Brad Van Houten. Still hanging in there with Richie Davidowitz.
As Chris Sinatra looking to try to follow through Davidowitz, almost trying to push him through. 3 wide for the race lead here. Sinatra has to back out of it on the bottom, but still Van Houten and Davidowitz side by side. 2 guys with multiple wins here in INEX Legend competition, proving they still got it. They'll come around to see 2 to go. Sinatra still looking to find a way around these 2 as they stay locked side by side for this heat race win.
Big money, Rich Davidowitz going to take the lead easily there. The white flag.
White flag, one more lap to go here. Davidowitz, a little bit of a shot there to the back of him by Sinatro. He's still going to hold on to the race lead through 3 and 4. Does Van Houten have anything on the outside? No. Richie Davidowitz takes down the heat race win there for heat race number 1 for the INEX Legends.
Great heat race for INEX Legends heat race number 1. Big money Richie Davidowitz taking down the win. Brad Van Houten second. Chris Sinatro third. Jaden Glenister fourth and fifth. Nick Hodge.
6th, Killian Tennant. 7th, Kevin Ornberger. With 8th place being Joe Cook. That will be your 8th to transfer to the feature event. Heat race 2 makes its way onto the racetrack with the Old Farms Construction Log Island Firewood, number 77 of Marissa Stewart, taking the pole. Outside of her will be the Sec Designs Plycon, number 22 of Michael Metcalf. 3rd place starting spot, the number 54 of Billy King Jr. Starting from 4th in the East-West. In the Shoreline Shine, number 33 will be Anthony Marsh. Starting from the 5th spot in the Sea Pro Marine Dock Builders, number 30 out of Belmore, Charlie Hodge. Outside of him, in 6th, in the Signature Premier Properties, VIP Trucking, Crystal Clear Window Cleaners, number 02, Riley O'Keefe. Starting from 7th, in the Mike Van Houten Trucking, Hot Works of Eastport, number 29, Kendall Van Houten. 8th place starting spot will be the KMK Contracting, Riverhead Beverage, number 18 of Jeffrey Ferrugia. And your last row will be Precision International, number 92 of Ed Statlander, and the Turf King Roots Etc., number 78 of Philip Alema. Lights are out on the racetrack. Stewart and Metcalf to lead us down to the Newsday Go Zone. Green flags in the air. We're underway for heat race number 2. Marsh already looks to the bottom, trying to get around the 22 of Michael Metcalf, but Rissy Stewart powers out to the race lead.
Rissy Stewart trying to build on what she did last week in the heat race in the INEX Legends, well, 2 weeks ago here at Riverhead Raceway. Got a heck of a performance starting up front in this heat race. See if she can hold off the boys behind her. As Anthony Marsh is looking real aggressive in the 33 and Riley O'Keefe in the 02. Took down the win.
Michael Metcalf holding on strong here in the 2nd spot. Marsh is going to get to his inside now, but he had been holding them off pretty well there for a few laps. Marsh looks to complete that move out of turn 4. He will. O'Keefe to follow him on the bottom, as now they start to line up under the 22 of Michael Metcalf. Here comes the 18 of Jeffrey Ferrugia now to the bottom of him. O'Keefe will complete that move. He's up to 3rd. And Ferrugia will come out of turn 4 with that 4th spot. Now, Marsh to the back of the 77 is Stewart.
Halfway this time by. You can see Riley O'Keefe almost, now he's peeking into the inside of Anthony Marsh.
Backs out of that one.
Rissy left the bottom open there, and Anthony Marsh quickly takes the lead.
Well, when Marsh makes these holes, O'Keefe and Ferrugia there being very advantageous and following him through almost immediately. Now O'Keefe all over the back bumper of Marsh.
Gave him a good shot there in turns 1 and 2.
The two Joe Ryan race cars not exactly playing nicely with each other at the moment. As O'Keefe's looking to work his way around that 33 of Anthony Marsh. Does that open up the door for the 18 of Jeffrey Ferrugia to pounce? As they'll come around to see 2 laps to go this time by in heat race number 2. O'Keefe pokes the nose to the inside there. Up the long side of him for the moment. Can he keep it to the inside? He will there. They're going to see the white flag. Marsh around off the front end of O'Keefe. They keep it rolling. He gets into the 02 again. White flag is out. Ferrugia to the race lead. Down the back straightaway. Everybody gets it going. O'Keefe with big front end damage on the front fender, but out of turn 4, Jeffrey Ferrugia takes the heat race number 2 win. Marissa Stewart in second. Riley
Oh,
O'Keefe in third.
Yeah.
Michael Metcalf comes to fourth. Marsh to fifth. Kendall Van Houten
Kendall
sixth.
Van Houten.
Charlie Hodge at seventh. And Ed Statlander will be eighth. So that'll be your 8 transfer spots for the moment. Man, that got wild there at the
Kendall
end.
Van Houten grabbing fifth there at the end. That was crazy there. That was another exciting. That was 2 good heat races in a row for the INEX Legends, but that was crazy. Teammates.
I don't want to say I
the
called
Joe
it,
Ryan.
but I did say that they were getting a little feisty with each other. And Jeffrey Ferrugia was certainly the winning lotto ticket there.
He was ready to pounce. Anybody that knows about hard racing between 2 drivers of Riley O'Keefe and Jeffrey Ferrugia, it's my partner right here, AJ Vassar. Not just go-karts, but iRacing. Relive your glory days.
There wasn't a lot of glory in those days. We'll see heat race number 3, your third and final heat race for the INEX Legends in the chute. They get the go-ahead. They will start coming out here now. Your lineup is as follows. On the pole, in the Philly Pretzel Factory, good efficient management, curbside automotive repair, number 26 out of Coram, Rob DiStefano Jr. Outside of him, in the Paws Auto Sales, Stutter's Garage, Baker Auto Repair, number 90 out of Binghamton, it's John Knoll. From row 2, in the Napa of Sayville, Bobby's One Stop Auto and Exhaust, number 57 will be Alex Hallinar in third. Then, the Joe Ryan Race Cars, Gershow Recycling, Planet Earth Recycling and Recovery, number 2 of Jim Sylvester will be in your fourth spot. Starting fifth, in the Grease Garage Motorsports, number 32, Michael Berry. Outside of him, in the VVA.org Island Thrift, number 23 out of Dix Hills, will be Rodney Dallas Jr. Starting from the 7th spot, in the City Sound of New York, Radhausen and O'Neill, number 17, will be Mike Wren. Outside of him, in the Radhausen and O'Neill, number 37 out of Massapequa, will be Steve Wren. And rounding out the field, in the MC11 Performance, number 16, Colin McNamara.
2 weeks ago, Steve Wren and that machine, number 37, had a hard wreck. It seemed like that car was basically out to lunch. Whole front end was askew. They didn't even know if they were going to be able to repair that. And they were able to get it together. Let's see how this car runs. New car for Steve, racing with his dad there, Mike. Up front, one of our sponsors here at Riverhead Raceway, Curbside Auto Repair of Robert Stefano Jr. is going to be leading us to green with John Knoll. John Knoll's father is up in the flag stands tonight. Filling in for Jim Kelly is Bruce Knoll. I wonder if he's going to turn them loose during the figure 8 bus race. Cars are headed to the green.
DiStefano and Knoll will slowly lead us down to the Newsday Go Zone. Green flags in the air. We're underway for heat race number 3. DiStefano loose on the bottom, but he'll gather it back up as Mike Wren with a big slide through 1 and 2. He'll keep it together. DiStefano to the race lead. Alex Hallinar under him, trying to get to that race lead. There'll be 3 wide here down the front straightaway for the race lead. Hallinar to the bottom. Can he make the move work? He will. Rodney Dallas Jr. follows him through for second, and Sylvester to third. Now, John Knoll and Rob DiStefano fight for fourth. Knoll will make that move stick, as out front now, Rodney Dallas looks to hold on, looks to pass for the lead to the inside of the 57 of Hallinar. Down the back straightaway, even for the moment. Dallas with a great drive down into 3 and 4. He'll take over the race lead. Jim Sylvester will go to the inside to follow him through.
Rodney Dallas Jr., he's been racing late models down in the Carolinas and Florida for Reckley War race team in the pro late models. his teammate is Keelan Harvick. Looking to gain some experience down there in the pro late models. Number 23 leads this race over Jim Sylvester halfway.
Dallas leads. Sylvester at second. Third place is Alex Hallinar. Fourth, Mike Wren. Fifth, John Knoll. Sixth is the 26 of Rob DiStefano. Seventh, the 32 of Michael Berry. They're looking to be side by side for that sixth spot. And eighth, the 37 of Steve Wren. Berry still trying to make that high side work around the 32. Or I'm sorry, around the 36. He is in the 32. Sylvester trying to close in on that race lead. Seems to be a little better on entry, but Dallas really gets that move working on exit.
2 to go. Ronnie Dallas having about a 2-car lead over Jim Sylvester. Closes it up to 1-car gap in the turns. Oh, Colin McNamara almost made that interesting as Jim Sylvester closes in with the white flag.
Dallas in that Island Thrift number 23 will round 3 and 4. He'll hold off Jim Sylvester and come around to take the win in heat race number 3. Sylvester in second, Alex Hallinar third, Mike Wren fourth, John Nolan fifth, Rob DiStefano at sixth, Michael Berry at seventh, Steve Wren in eighth will be your transfer spots.
3 pretty good INEX Legend heat race this year. Start the day. So we're headed into evening. Street stocks. Actually looks like mini stocks are in the down there in the pits to come up next.
Well, we see heat race number 1 getting ready to come out on the racetrack. Your pole sitter will be the West Hampton Auto Salvage, Mike's Auto of Quag, number 07 of Mike Muse Jr. Outside of him, in the Busy Bee Pest Control, number 69 out of Riverhead, Ryan Zerkowski. Starting from third in the 93 will be Andrew Cole. Starting from fourth in the Walls of Fame, number 31 out of Riverhead, CJ Zerkowski. The Warren Motorsports Viper Truck Service, number 15 of Joe Warren, will start fifth. And rounding out your field, in the Poppin' Grandma Boppin' Judge, number 10 out of Laurel, Madison Tomaszewski. 10 laps to be your distance for the mini stocks. Once again, we seem to have no luck with the two Zerkowski brothers ever getting a separate heat race and having to start right next to each other.
And their buddy there, Joe Warren, in this heat race too. Mike Muse Jr. is going to be getting married in October. His wedding's in the Dominican Republic. Beautiful, isn't it?
That's a place I'd want to go.
Yeah. We would reserve for that.
Well, we see lights are out. Muse and Zerkowski will lead us to the Newsday Go Zone. Green flags in the air. We're underway for heat race number 1. Zerkowski with a great start on the top side. He'll try to pull around the outside of the 07. Gets a great run down the back straightaway. Almost pulls out, but Muse is going to stay strong down there. Mike Muse, not a bad race car driver by himself either. Looking to try to hold on strong against a lot of tough guys here in this heat race of mini stocks.
It's been a while since that car has been on the track that he's in. Mike's a great mechanic. He's setting up cars and building them. Always seems like he's building something for the 4 6-cylinder gutting days. Whether they're here at Riverhead or even traveling down south. Joe Warren now getting the crossover.
And when he builds those things, it's not very long before he finds his way to park him in Victory Lane normally.
Found Victory Lane 2 weeks ago on Sunday.
Out front, the Z-Man, Ryan Zerkowski, holding on over his brother CJ for the moment. Joe Warren in the third spot. Fourth will be Mike Muse, and fifth, Madison Tomaszewski, with sixth being Andrew Cole. Cole has pulled it to the infield.
Our 2025 mini stock champion, CJ Sikowski. Looks like he's out there for a joyride a little bit. He wants to put more of the pressure on maybe during the main feature. Two brothers were all over our social media for Riverhead Raceway official on Instagram, Facebook page. Saw their video. There's CJ closing in now on Ryan. See if he can lay the bumper on him. 2.5 laps left.
As they come around to see two to go, CJ Zerkowski trying to make this heat race a little interesting on his brother. They'll see the two to go now. Zerkowski, CJ at least, is able to really drive it in deep on the corners. Slides the rear end there, but that time around it looked like Ryan was able to hold on to that gap pretty well. They'll come around to see the white flag. One more lap to go here in heat race number 1. Ryan holding steady over CJ. He gets loose there, washes up the racetrack. That might be all she wrote there for heat race number 1. And out of turn 4, it'll be Ryan Zerkowski taking down the heat race win.
Ryan Zerkowski taking down the win in the first mini stock heat race. His brother CJ Sikowski second. Joe Warren Jr. third. Mike Muse Jr. fourth. And in the number 10, finishing fifth, is Madison Tomaszewski. I think Ryan Zerkowski's helping out his buddy down there, Andrew Cole, see if he needed a push. He got the car going.
Well, heat race number 2 will start to file out of the chute. Your pole sitter being the Coverall Transportation and Towing, Twin Fork Concrete PV Yachts, CC Crafts and Creations number 5, out of Mastic Beach, of Hunter Cummings. In the Delta phase, RW Truck and Steel number 91, to the outside of him in second will be George Astacio. Third spot, the Ace Cleaning and Restoration number 86 of Ohan Hayward. Fourth starting spot will be the number 19 of Donovan Kills. Fifth starting spot, the Delta phase RW Truck Steel number 6 out of Shirley of Charles Astacio. And rounding out the field in the Islander Standard Stone, Brian Outdoors, Quinn's Auto Garage, number 34, Bianca Carbo.
Ohan Hayward pulling into the infield, number 86. Just want to talk a little bit about the number 19 out there, Donovan Kills. He's a former co-worker with Scott Seatech. They stayed friends over the years. He bought this car just before the untimely passing of Scott, who we lost to cancer this year. Kept the car the same as far as the scheme. Did change the number. It was number 18, now it's number 19. But in his memory, he's racing here for Scott Seatech. Scott was beloved by many here at Riverhead over the years. Whether he was racing on the track or he was just giving a hand in the pits. Beloved father, 2 young children. We're headed to the green flag.
Cummins and Astacio will lead us to the Newsday Go Zone. Green flag's out. We're underway for heat race number 2. Hunter Cummins with a great start there initially. He'll pull away with the heat race lead.
A little bit further back, almost 3 wide. For a second there, it almost looked like it was going to happen. looks like George Estasio, number 6.
He'll get to the outside
yeah,
of Donovan in the
Donovan
19.
And
Bianca Carbo looking to make the wide outside line work.
yeah,
She'll get alongside the 19 there. Really sticking it way out there on the outside, but it's working for her at the moment.
talking with Kyle Halpin earlier, he was saying how much she seemed to be improving during the first mini stock race, lap after lap. Her times were getting faster. Right now she's on the outside of Estasio. See if she can complete the pass. Wow, sliding it in there in turn number 1. Corrects it. Side by side down in the backstretch. She got way up there in turn number 4. Halfway by. Hunter Cummins just pulling away, man. I don't know if this will be his first win in the heat race in the mini stocks or not. Bianca, whoa, ooh, she taps the wall. She tags it pretty hard. Turn number 2. The 34 yellow is out. She's really pushing that car pretty hard. Racing alongside the number 6 of Estasio. I don't know if anything broke. I just lost control there. Number 34 machine. He was looking pretty impressive in that race, though. For a second time for ever being out there. So we're missing Paul Wojcik tonight in the mini stocks. Number 73, the Polish Viking. And that's even with the buses being here tonight for the figure 8 bus race later on. He was a fan favorite last year in the Polish Viking when he did the school bus demolition derby.
I mean, you got to give him credit to him and his wife for all the work they did on that bus to make it look beautiful, man. Like, that's a lot of man hours put into a paint scheme like that.
Yes, him and his wife Melissa, they made the bus look like a Viking ship. Crowd was going crazy last year when that came out.
Well, we see Bianca Carbo get out of the 34. Walking around the front end of the tow truck. She looks to be okay.
Just like drivers you're watching tonight, My Guy Auto Supply Napa and Riverhead knows speed, precision, and performance. When your vehicle needs to perform like a champion, they've got what it takes. My Guy Auto Supply, one of our big sponsors here at Riverhead Raceway, they sponsor Victory Lane. Also, another driver not here in the mini stocks, Chris Olivari. We're missing 2 fast cars tonight in the mini stock with Chris Olivari and Paul Wojcik.
while we're still trying to clean the 34 off the racetrack, how about next week, America's Military Service Night here at Riverhead Raceway, along with Scout Night.
It's an amazing night here. All military, active or non-active, retired. If you have an ID and you bring it to the box office, you will get 50% off on your ticket. Now for the Scouts, this is great every year what we do with the Scouts too. If you come here in any type of Scout community style group, Scouts of America, Girl Scouts, churches also have organizations like that, Royal Rangers, Pioneer Girls, Brownies. 4-H comes out every year. We have some of the young military kids that also come out. And besides that, you know, even the ROTC kids and the juniors also come out. And everybody, they come onto the track, they do a parade lap, they have their flags. But if you come here in that uniform for your Scout community style group, you will receive free admission for the kids, and also leadership that comes in full color guard will receive free admission. It's a great night that we give back, but what's even amazing is that night now for the kids is firework night here next week at Riverhead Raceway. Cars are lined up, doubled, lights out at the line. Hunter Cummins on the inside, Charles Estachio on the outside. Behind them is George Estachio and Donovan Kills. 4 laps to go, we're headed green.
Cummins and Estacio will lead us down to the Newsday Goes on. Green flags in the air. We're back underway with 4 to go. Hunter Cummins with another great start there.
They've been working hard on this 5 machine in the mini stocks. Hunter Cummins trying to get that car faster.
He's pulled in the anchor and he's definitely set sail out front.
Yeah. See how he does in the feature. But they've been improving race after race. Slowing down. He is pulling in the infield. That car has shut off.
Well, I said he pulled in the anchor. Now he's basically all but throwing it out the window.
White flag.
Well, that would be father and son racing for the heat race win. George and Charles Estacio. Charles in the 6, trying to hold off Dad in the 911.
I might have had my Estachios mixed up there.
Well, out of turn 4, it'll be Charles Estacio taking down the heat race win over his dad in 2nd. Donovan Kills in 3rd as man.
So that was most likely Estachio's first mini stock heat win. Congratulations. They work a lot with charities for autism, and if you notice, the numbers on their cars have the colored puzzle pieces. And family member having autism. Beloved here at the track, Georgie.
You'd think maybe Charles would pull over and give it to the birthday boy a little bit. Well, now you'll see your street stocks hitting the racetrack. 10 laps to be the distance. 2 heat races. Your pole sitter will be the Bobby's One-Stop Custom Exhaust and Auto, Smithtown General Tire, Town Line Auto Body, number 16 of the Desperado, Bob Dalkey. Outside of him, in the East-West Pest Control, number 4 of PJ McGay. In the number 22, Danny Pizzo will start from 3rd. And it'll be the MJR Wire and Wood, John's Floors, Esport Feeds, number 46 of Chris Lasinski. 5th place will be the Cesspool Pros, CNL Aluminum and Glass, Long Island Debris, number 24 of Cody Triola, with 6th place being the PCF or the EP Milling and Sweeping, J-Tech Electric, number 73 of Dave Antos. 7th spot goes to the DGR Wealth, United Exhaust, number 25 of Ricky Carmen. 8th place will be the Top 20 Motorsports, number 58 of Brandon Hubbard. And rounding out the field in the All-Star, East End Investigations and Security, Bryant Outdoors, number 42, Kyle Halpin.
Desperado Bob Dalkey on the inside, PJ McGay on the outside. Front row leading us to green in the first 2 street stock heat races. Newsday Go Zone.
Green flags in the air, we're underway. Dalkey with a decent start on the bottom. McGay will now into 1 and 2, noses out ahead. Down the back straightaway, PJ McGay pulling that 16 around the outside. McGay will hold on, he will lead the first lap as they go down into 1 and 2, still side by side. Dalkey washes up, gets it to the side of the 4 and into the 46. They're 3 wide behind him. Triola backs out for the moment. Dalkey still trying to hold on to that race lead on the bottom. He gets loose in front of the field into the 22 of Danny Pizzo. They both save it for the moment as Dalkey washes up back into the field. That'll cost the 25 of Ricky Carmen some spots. McGay to the race lead. Inside of him now looking is the 46 of Chris Lasinski. Lasinski makes that bottom shot. Hubbard into the back of the 24, Triola up front. Now Triola to the inside of the 4 of McGay. Lasinski clears for the race lead as now Triola looks to follow him through on that inside spot.
Cody Triola will get the pass for second. Here comes Brandon Hubbard right behind him. 2 guys that are familiar with each other from the Blunderbuss. Cody Triola and Brandon Hubbard. Brandon Hubbard completes the pass for 3rd. Now Cody Triola is starting to look underneath Chris Lasinski. Short round as we know him, the number 46. How about Ricky Carmen there in the 25 making the pass for 4th?
Beautiful recovery after falling back to 7th at some point.
Single file right now. Brandon Hubbard putting a little pressure on Cody Triola.
Hubbard now sticks the nose to the inside. Gets that Top 20 Motorsports car to the inside of the 24 of Cody Triola. He'll nose out down the back straightaway as they'll see 2 to go this time by. Chris Lasinski still holding on strong. Now Ricky Carmenton looks to the inside of the 24 Triola for the moment.
The Rookie of the Year in the street stocks, Brandon Hubbard, 58. An impressive season as a rookie in this division. Chris Lasinski's going to take the white flag.
A beautiful mid-corner there. This is not over. Hubbard to the back bumper of the 46. He gained massively that last lap as they come through 3 and 4 for the final time. Lasinski washes up. Hubbard will stick the nose to the inside. It won't be enough. Chris Lasinski holds on for the heat race win.
Brandon Hubbard 2nd, 3rd, Cody Triola 4th, Ricky Carmen, PJ McGay 5th.
One more lap is all Brandon Hubbard needed there, and he would have been the heat race winner. But that checker flag came in just in time for Chris Lasinski. Well, as we see heat race number 2 work its way out onto the racetrack. It'll be Alyssa Paparocki in the Middle Country Auto of Selden, Urban Air of Lake Grove, number 5, on the pole. Outside of her, in the North Fork Sanitation, Oval Speed Unlimited, Hayes Race Car Prep, number 08, will be Jared Hayes. In the Gennaro Jewelers, Bobby's One Stop, Custom Exhaust and Auto, number 81, from 3rd will be Rich Braun. Starting from 4th, in the Stress-Free Home Buyers, MKG Kitchen Designs, MD Auto Repair, number 29 out of Selden, Dennis Curris. In the PCFI Carbs and Fuel Injection, number 91, starting 5th will be Luke Forrester. Starting from the 6th spot, in the number 44 will be Mark Godnick, and your final row will be the Top 20 Motorsports, number 56 of Steve Harding in 7th, and the Gershow Recycling, New York Boom, Finks Farm, number 89 of Chris McGuire. Once again, 10 laps to be the distance here.
Alyssa Paparocki, Cheslak, able to finally get the 5 instead of the 05 on the street stock. And DiPietro in the 05 no longer races, so she was able to grab that number, familiar number 5. Jared Hayes in the 08 on the outside. Jared took down the first street stock win of the year here 2 weeks ago. On a beautiful Sunday. They're coming to the green flag.
Paparocki and Hayes lead us to the Newsday Go Zone. Green flags in the air. We're underway for heat race number 2. Alyssa Paparocki, contact going down into 1 and 2. Paparocki will scoot away with the race lead as now Hayes looks to defend off Dennis Curris for 2nd. Hayes with a great run on the top side. He'll hold on to P2. Now all over the bumper of that 5 car for the lead.
Jared Hayes is hungry after that. Closing in on Alyssa Paparocki, looking underneath. See if he can get the nose down there. He can't. Turn number 1 and 2, laying the bumper a little bit there. See if he goes to the outside. Alyssa Paparocki's got a whole mirror full of Jared Hayes right now. She's driving hard.
Well, as Hayes tries to stick the nose down there, Chris McGuire will stick the nose to the inside. He'll complete the move for 4th. Move McGuire up to the 4th spot now. But still, the battle up front, starting to battle up here. Ooh, Alyssa Paparocki got wide there in 1 and 2. That allowed the 08 of Jared Hayes to stick the nose to the inside.
Pulls alongside her.
They both wash up there in 3 and 4. They'll be even at the start-finish line. Hayes will complete the move down into 1 and 2.
Dennis Curris try to put the nose down there, try to follow Jared Hayes. Do the turn. Jared Hayes with the lead. Alyssa Paparocki, Cheslak 2nd. Dennis Curris 3rd. Chris McGuire started 8th, 4th right now. 2 laps to go. Steve Harding at 56 in his first race in the street stocks.
Hayes will see the white flag as Curris still trying to battle around that 5 of Alyssa Paparocki. She'll hold on strong, but out front, Jared Hayes will come out of 3 and 4, and he will see the checkered flag in that North Fork Sanitation 08, taking down heat race number 2 for the street stocks. Paparocki 2nd, Curris in 3rd, McGuire 4th, Rich Braun in 5th, Godnick in 6th, Harding in 7th, and Forrester in the 8th spot. Well, with that, that rounds up our heat races. Opening ceremonies will be here in a moment. We'll be back in a moment on Flow.